Arkansas and Texas A&M set to tee it up in Jerry World. Texas A&M is a 2.5-point favorite. That surprised me a little bit. Don't know if it surprised you. Arkansas struggled with Missouri State last week. Did not have an impressive showing. Texas A&M, huge bounce-back game. They're back against the wall, gut check season after losing to App State. Play Miami at home. Big win. With Max Johnson at quarterback, mind you. A very big variable to keep an eye on. For Arkansas, if they're going to win this game, they need to figure it out in the secondary because they allowed 357 yards passing to Missouri State. They needed some extra magic late in that game to beat that team because Missouri State had them on the ropes, gave them all they could handle. And it wasn't like the offense wasn't clicking. The offense has been rolling for a minute here at Arkansas. They're averaging over 250 yards a game on the ground. Just on the ground, not as an offense, on the ground. So with what Texas A&M doesn't have in the run game, defensively at least, I think that's going to favor Arkansas a whole lot. If you just go back trading body blows for body blows, you could have issues. What I mean by that is the secondary can't allow for the big play to happen. You can't allow 300-plus yards from Texas A&M throwing the ball. Otherwise, all that run game is sort of for naught. You can have a 10-play drive where you get in the end zone and you run it 8 times of that 10 plays, but if they're hitting it from a 2-play quick strike offense, you got issues. Now, that's also asking a lot of Texas A&M because Texas A&M has shown they've had issues in the past game. Now, obviously, Max Johnson only has really one game of sample size, threw for about 140 yards last week, not lighting the world on fire, but you and I both saw it. Doesn't show up in the stat sheet, but Max Johnson driving this offense for Texas A&M looks so much more competent. They have so much more direction, look so much more in control. I liken it to driving in a residential. They don't need him to go 80 miles an hour making sharp left turns doing donuts. What they do need to do is be able to have direction, go a steady speed, have a steady pace, stop at stop signs, and not turn the ball over. That's effectively what needs to happen for Texas A&M. You're saying no, duh. It's been more than they've been able to get in a recent sample size from Haynes King, but they looked good with Max Johnson. My question for Max Johnson and Texas A&M is, can they push the pedal down just a little bit more on that offense? Can they get just a little bit more out of him? Because they have some playmakers, right? We talk about it all the time. It feels like just the same song, 4th or 5th verse with Texas A&M. Anaya Smith, Evan Stewart. I don't know if he's back or not yet this week, but Evan Stewart, a guy that could have a big impact. They got a lot of playmakers on this team. Them being able to put the pedal down a little bit more on offense is very much predicated on what you can do on the offensive line. Because if they can't give Max Johnson time, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have the best receiver on the outside. You can have Jerry Rice and Terrell Owens. It doesn't matter because you have a second and a half to throw the football. Okay? So the offensive line is going to be the hinge point for this game in my eyes for Texas A&M. If they can be improved there or scheme it up better there to where the ball's out of Max Johnson's hands quick and they get what they like from a pre-snap perspective, that could be crucial for this team. Now, don't mistake the scheme here. I mean, Devon Achane, I think, needs to see the ball a very frequent amount. I think he needs to see the ball close to 20 times. Whether that's on the ground, whether that's in the check down game, whether it's swing passes, he needs to see the ball early and often. Because he is your playmaker, and he also, just quite frankly, has the quickest access to the football. If you line him up in the backfield, you can throw those short passes, you can hand the ball to him. That will help loosen up a little bit and even maybe delay some of the pressure that Arkansas is going to be able to bring with their front seven. Now, what it comes to, for me, in this game, I think Arkansas is going to score. Like, Arkansas ultimately is a force on the ground, giving us no reason to doubt them on the ground. A&M have looked solid in terms of points allowed, but they have given up over 175 yards in each of their last 2 games against the ground. They gave up 27 first downs against Miami. Now, maybe you're saying, hey, that's great. Bend, don't break. Only gave up 9 points. That's not going to be the case with Arkansas. Arkansas will make you pay in the red zone. Arkansas is a polished enough team, an experienced enough team, a physical enough team to where if you don't stop the run against them, they're going to force the issue. they are not going to take their foot off the gas. So what you think about this game when it comes to a prediction is largely predicated on what you believe about the Texas A&M offense. And to be fair, there's a whole lot we don't know right now. There's a whole lot of question marks and unknowns as it pertains to Max Johnson, as it pertains to this offensive line, as it pertains to some of these playmakers and how much they'll be able to be involved. There's a whole lot we don't know. So whatever you believe is probably what you believe about this game. I think Arkansas is going to score, as I just mentioned. I have reservations about A&M based on what we've seen. Do they have the ability? 100%. Sticks of dynamite all over that offense. Can they get it into motion? I don't think so. So I think we see an improved A&M offense even more than a week ago, but I think Arkansas can just do too much running the football, can dictate the pace of this game, and I think Arkansas ends up winning this game 31-21. The Hogs get it done for a second year in a row in Jerry World, and then we start to have those conversations around A&M again. Whoa, hey, what's going on offensively? Whoa, hey, they have so many players. Why are they not scoring more than 21 points, if that ends up being the case? Then the chatter kind of starts up again. And yet again for A&M, you have to go back to the drawing board, reassess a lot about your program, whether it's on the defensive side or the offensive side, and that's where the chatter kind of starts. For Arkansas to win this game, I think it shows, okay, we bounced back from what we didn't do well a week ago. If they win this game, I think you see the defense come to play, at least the secondary, be a little bit more formidable. So a lot to watch here with both these programs, but excited to see how they show up. Again, we have Arkansas beating Texas A&M by 10 in Jerry World. Hey y'all, thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.